Hello class, this is a video tutorial on commissions. Employees in sales are paid a percentage of the value of their item sales. They are often paid bonuses for high volumes of sales and sometimes also earn a very small weekly wage. Let's go straight into this and get a few examples here. So Jake earns 7.5% of any of his sales as commission. Calculate his commission if he sold $12,000 worth of goods. So let's say this guy works at Good Guys, and in a week, all the sales that he's convinced people to buy was worth $12,000. He would earn 7.5% of this amount. So we can calculate this very simply by doing the following. That's going to be 7.5 over 100. 7.5% over 100. So that's 7.5 over 100 times the amount that he sold. That is $12,000. So $12,000. So he would have earned $900 worth of commission from all the sales that he's made. What if it's $18,000? Well, it doesn't change much because it's still the same percentage. So 7.5% over 100 times the amount that he's sold. We can calculate that. 7.5 over 100 times $18,000. So he would have earned $1,350 on all these sales. Nice, simple, and straightforward. However, some sales, in this following example, you'll see that if you exceed a quota or a target, so let's say this, if it's sort of incentivizing you to sell as much as you can, because if you sell more than $20,000, you get a higher rate of commission. Okay, so let's take a read of this question. Finn earns commissions based on the following rate. So he earns 5% of the first $20,000 of sales, but he earns 7.5% of any sale above $20,000. Calculate his commission if he sold this amount, $16,000 in value. Well, because this has not exceeded $20,000, this is just the normal one that we saw in the previous question. Well, 5% of the amount he sold. So this is 5 over 100 times $16,000. We can calculate that. 5 over 100 times 16,000. That's $800 in commission. That's $800 in commission. Nice and simple. Now, this one, as you can see, has exceeded $20,000. So we need to break these calculations into two parts. So this is the first $20,000. Well, the first 20,000 is 5% of the first 20,000. So we can calculate that's 5 over 100 times 20,000. We can calculate that. I'll just change this value here. So 5 over 100 times 20,000. So that's $1,000. We now need to calculate how much extra did he earn. So here's the extra. Well, his total is 24,000. And we need to subtract it by the target goal. So the target was 20,000, so 20,000. So he had $4,000 extra. This $4,000, he receives 7.5% of this. So let's calculate that. That's 7.5% over 100 times the $4,000. So that is 7.5 over 100 times 4,000. That's an extra $300. I'm pretty sure you can see the total now is just adding everything together. 1,000 plus the 300. That's a total of $1,300 on this sale. Let's do this example one more time. So this person has earned $32,000 in sales. So let's do the first 20,000. That's easy. That's 5% of the first 20,000. That's 5% over 100 times the 20,000. Well, that's the same amount as we did this previous one. That's still $1,000. Now the extra amount, the total value that he sold, 32,000 minus the target goal, which is 20,000. Well, that's 32,000 minus 20,000. That is $12,000 extra. So we need to find 7.5%, because 7.5% of sales above that amount. So this is the amount above that. So we need to find 7.5 over 100 times the extra amount. So that's going to be 7.5 over 100 times 12,000. That's $900 extra. So now his total, very simply, is 1,000 plus the 900, which is $1,900 in commission. Now, let's do one final example here where it's a mixed income. So Earl earns $400 a week plus 3% of his sales. Okay, so calculate his weekly wage if he sold $5,480 worth of goods. Well, that's nice and simple. If the week he earns $400 a week, it's nice and simple. He earns $400 plus the commission. And his commission is 3% of this. So we can do a little line here. Here's the commission. 3% of $5,480. So 3 over 100 times 5,480. That is $164.40. So really, his total is 400 plus 164.40, which gives us $564.40. So in this last example, it's just a matter of calculating the weekly wage plus the commissions that he's earned, 3% of this amount of sales. Hopefully that gave you an insight into calculating commissions as a income. Best of luck.